We're in. I'm not feeling used to the food and I take it and then I put it in my own pot. baby, rock and roll. take a picture right here and we get that one. is awesome. Stay 5 minutes or more.
question marks surrounding Jesse Marshall's latest score coming into this game. There was just one chance to for Bosnia today, who played in the 2014 World Cup. change made by Bosnia from their final warm-up game in St. Louis a week ago. Tackles flying in the opening. 3 minutes here as it's swept out wide to take up Buchanan down the right side. And drops back here for Amirul, who plays with Ismail Kone at Sassuolo in Italy. So 2 club teammates going head-to-head on either side here. Defender close to us on his right hand side, they've dropped a little bit deep. I think it was Katic. John David delayed and it meant that Oliver Shea's run did end up being in an offside position. The last match going to take this one down the left side. 2 starts at the World Cup in 2014. Scored the earliest own goal in World Cup history. So Kolasinac, former Arsenal man. Lukic there feeling like the Fugero was too tight. It was a foul, but I think he was paying for that one. And the referee here it is, the Fugero was pretty tight, but in the end he throws himself over me and he can't get onto the ball. These are 2 teams that are in good form for Canada, and we've been undefeated in the last 17 matches since Jesse Marsh's side were beaten by Mexico 2-0 in the Nations League semi-final in LA in March of 2025. Bosnia and Herzegovina unbeaten in their last 8 since a World Cup qualifying loss 2-1 at home to Austria last September. But of those 8, they've won just 2 and drawn 6. Basic will take this 24-year-old Astana midfielder, plays in Kazakhstan. Basic once again here down the right side with that crossing looking for Lukic, and the header goes wide. Dangerous ball though, wasn't it? Onto the far post. Cornelius trying to track back, so difficult as a centre back, and then going backwards trying to get to the ball. Sergei Barbares, the 54-year-old former Bosnian captain. When he took over, he said that their goal was to qualify for Euro 2028. Well, they've made a major tournament much sooner than he anticipated. 47 caps as a player, but he never made a major tournament appearance. Uvaremovic goes back to Vasil, who will be leaving his club St. Pauli after just getting relegated from the top flight in Germany. Basic out wide to Kolasinac down that left side with the ball played forward, Nemic will chase. Lukic there as well, putting pressure on young Luke the Fugero. That's so well to anticipate what was going to be the challenge. He's already there ahead of the centre forward. Lukic can't get the position, does so well to allow the piece of the ball just to run out for a goal kick. The ball went long last time from the short one, almost got all the way in. Larea couldn't get on the end of that one. Larea plays his club football right here in Toronto. Born in the city, 31 years old now. A key figure for Toronto FC. He's not played 90 minutes for club or country since April the 22nd, Richie Larea. He missed the last 5 league games with a hamstring injury. But he was involved heavily in the last 2 friendly games building up to this tournament as Canada beat Uzbekistan in front of a huge crowd in the rain at Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton, and then finished with a 1-1 draw against Ireland a week ago in Montreal. Last match, and Nemic were not on the same page. Nemic with a nice little run from the flank in behind, wanted the ball just played through. With 11 career goals in this stadium. Just going to say for Kumbadeo, just letting a lot of things go, which you don't need consistency. Trying to get some through to the referees heavily involved in Mexico's opening yesterday. 3 red cards in the game, which then leads down backwards towards Uvaremovic. Vasil, 7 clean sheets and 26 caps for his country prior to today. Trying to get on that one in the midfield, but attack by Stefan Eustachio from Leamington, Ontario. Alistair Johnston down the right side. Buchanan giving chase against Kolasinac. Good battle there between Buchanan and Basak, so it'll be a key match-up, I'd say, this afternoon. Buchanan does have the pace to get him behind the 32-year-old Atalanta defender. Ivanovic away, headed back forward by the Fougerolles. Alistair Johnston in there with a big challenge. Gordon Vancouver. Drawn up just north of Toronto and Aurora, Ontario. Al Marinic struck up the pre-tournament friendlies against Uzbekistan and Ireland, but Oliver Shea comes in today. His last start was here in the stadium on March 31st in a 0-0 draw against Tunisia. 3 minutes off the bench against Ireland last week after coming on half-time against Uzbekistan. Cornelius defending well there in that battle up top. And we're on a wide to the outside. Against these strikers, so difficult for Cornelius and the Fougerolles. Lovely ball forward to battle, but doing well so far. It's just going to continue throughout the afternoon. Not an easy task for both centre-backs in red today. The ball will throw down the left, in towards Jonathan David. Juventus man finds Liam Miller. He played in the playoff final 3 weeks ago for Hull City at Wembley Stadium in London. Started that game and will be a Premier League player next year. It's a decent run. One from Miller before. Very good. Underruns that 6-yard box again to Cornelius and Fougerolles. Bosnian head to it first. Does it go down by Eustachio? They'll go all the way back towards Maxime Crépol. First two in Orlando City in Major League Soccer made his debut against the United States for Canada in February of 2016. Crépol handed the #1 job last weekend at the game in his hometown of Montreal. Been quite a battle between Crépol and Dane St. Clair over the course of the last 18 months or so, after Crépol had been the first choice at Canada's Copa America, which was extremely successful, reaching the semi-final in 2024. To Argentina. Perez ball inside, although Shea back in front here. And it's still a minutes will chase forward. And second foul from Johnson for that one. It was certainly a yellow card. Johnson mistimes it. Comes in later, Mimic has given a terrible ball from Daniel Shea, who really missed by about 4 or 5 yards. He should have actually went out to Buchanan, the more positive direct ball. But here, Buchanan's off the screen there out the right hand side, tries to go back to Johnson, but really just plays in Monic, and the Celtic Football Club defender comes sliding into the challenge that was robust to say the least, and now he's going to go the vast majority of the game on a yellow card. It's Alistair Johnston's second World Cup. He played every minute of all 3 games in Qatar. Just won the League and Cup double in Celtic, but has spent much of the winter and spring out with injury. Started the first 2 league games in August, but didn't play again in the league game until late April. And Johnston, the first player into the book of referee Taylor. Johnston one of only 2 players in the starting lineup today. Tejan Buchanan, the other one, that started Canada's last World Cup game in Qatar, the 2-1 loss against Morocco. Swept in towards Jovo Lukic, who plays in Romania with Pulic. Just a 4th cap for him. He's not scored for his country, but he gets the goal today because of the ongoing absence of Edin Dzeko. Yeah, he's a threat from wider areas, from crosses as well. You can see that he's done well so far to win a couple of headers. Cornelius in with the first challenge. Barak Tarovic down the right. Dedic with the ball forward. Barak Tarovic once again. Quite a story for Esmir Barak-Karavic, who plays for PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands, but was actually born in the United States. Barak-Karavic made one appearance for the US before switching his allegiance to Bosnia. He made his MLS debut as a substitute in this stadium for New England Revolution against Toronto FC back in August of 2022. Pretty sure on that day he wasn't thinking about playing here in a World Cup opener with Bosnia. Well, he's done excellent in the Eredivisie with PSV. Well followed that from the start goal. So it goes to Vasil, who's played every minute of all 10 qualifying games for Bosnia in goal. They beat Wales on penalties in Cardiff in the playoff semi-final after a 1-1 draw. They beat Italy on penalties in Zenica after a 1-1 draw as well. Good goals in both of those games. In fact, in the semi-final, they were 4 minutes away from one. They were even going into the box. It's put behind. It's a kind of a corner on the far side. And then for David Gales, quick thinking. He's out there trying to cut it back towards Will. Over the Shane. Another word. You see it again. Quick throw from Alistair Johnson. Really smart from him. Not really got any kind of threat in the 6-yard box. It was difficult for Tariolo O'Shea and Liam Miller to catch up with the play because of the 6-foot thinking between Johnson and David. And the second corner is from the opposite side. Once again, they go short. And back towards Ustakio, who placed this one in off the head of Oliver O'Shea. And that seems to hit the referee, so we'll throw a halt to this one. Into the 15th minute of play. No real cup chances in either are so far. It's out there we expected it to be, Luke, as we get a look at this one here. That was another terrible ball from Bumirovic, trying to get his strike partner Lukic through. It's been exactly what we expected. It's been tight and tense. Players are not taking chances, they're playing percentage balls, they're getting it forward, and it's a little slower than maybe we thought it was going to be, but that's what happens when stakes are so high. Well, we did predict a 0-0 today. I'm not having the score, I'll tell you that. Good ball. Now Kone. Ismail Kone has started quite brightly here. A wonderful ball through to set that attack going. That's good ball through the lines towards Daniel O'Shea. His attempt at finding David was the right idea. It was just the weight of pass had to be better. Just feed it in a little bit rather than let the boot through it, which he did. It was too much on it. Lorena wide to the left for Liam Miller. Miller running up by Barak-Karavic. Here's Lorena. Miller driving towards the byline, stands across the he's unable to get on the end of that one. He provided the assist for Alfonso Davies first. Johnston's ball. the Bosnian defence. A lot of free moves. Beginning to feet of Ismail Kone in this vision. His ability to play passes and drive beyond pressure. It's Canada's first shot in the game. On target from Jonathan David. Something about where it's the Bosnian head coach, a the character. He made a career in the world of poker after retiring as a player. Reached the final of the World Series of Poker 2 times. So he was giving nothing away this week when he was keeping his cards close to his chest with Edin Dzeko's help, although it seems that Dzeko is on the bench but hasn't been training a lot. Huge miss for this Bosnia team. Suvastu turns, picked up by Amirul. Canada driving forward with David. Led that one through to Amirul. The left line, ready to continue. He's open on the right. Too straight from Maria. Just had to open up his vision towards the right hand side. Canada at this moment showing their athleticism and picking up second balls, taking the play forward towards that Bosnian back four. And you see the foul there from Stefan Suvastu and Bajrak Tarovic. No rush to take this one. Kratic, the right centre back. We will have a hydration break in the middle of each half of every World Cup game in this tournament. That's brought in new for this World Cup, an expanded World Cup, of course, with 48 teams, more games than ever before. Tarovic chasing down the right side, he gets towards the byline. Assistant referee signaling for a corner. There's some doubt here, I think, between the officials and Robert Larea gets someone on this, but it looked like he get a little touch as Bajrak Tarovic. Yeah, it does clearly get a touch. Bajrak Tarovic, nice little bit of skill, just drawing Larea in and trying to just jump inside, get beyond him. Larea showing us with his actions here that he got the ball and he did. Dangerous this for Canada. Basic with the ball into the front post.
The world is changing, but with every challenge comes a chance. careful here.
For 20 years of supporting their dad, watching them playing. So what do you mean? Precision striker, rock solid left back. Coin Johnson. Oh, yeah, sure. He's stupid. Entertainment style. I'll do that. We're on TV right now. Yeah.
For the Ultras. Set to resume after the first half and should go midway through the first 45 minutes, and Canada trailing by a goal to nil. Jesse Marshall's side beaten by Jovo Lukic in the 21st minute. The last match with the assist. He came from a corner. They are conceding the opening goal in 6 of their 7 FIFA World Cup matches. Bosnia winning the only previous World Cup game when they scored first. That was 3-1 against Iran in the final game of the group stage in 2014. So what to be done? Yeah, what to be done, but a long time to get that work done. We can't panic, we're going to just be resilient down to here. It's a disappointment. I'm sure so far in this first half that there is opportunities to get at this Bosnian defence. They've got to believe and stay in the fight. The last time Canada trailed was right here in March against Iceland. They were 2 down on that day and they came back to go 2-2. Very different conditions. I seem to remember it was snowing on that day in March here in Toronto. Yeah. Took another across the middle by that Tanovic. Couldn't get good battle-less between where we are. The former New England Revolution man. He's a player that has a lot of spirit, a lot of aggression in the rules, quick and unintended size, and lots of quality on that left foot of his. Meeting in the air. Jonathan David gets a touch, and this is Alistair Johnston. Probably Canada make the early run. As Johnston pushes it down that right side, he just keeps the ball in play. It's up against Memic, inside to Buchanan. Story for John Buchanan, who fought back from the injury that he sustained at Copa America. His tournament was ended early, and he said at one point he wondered if his career might be over. Appearances now in 20 of the last 21 games for Buchanan since a broken tibia at Copa America. Stacchio's ball in towards Jonathan David. Only got a touch, comes back out for Liam Miller. And put away in the midfield there. No shouts from Canada here in terms of what part of tactics is going to stop that shot. Appear like maybe someone Ivanovic has doubled over. His tactics have got the ball on the left. Time for David to come back out his left-hand side. You don't see it. And that's why Ivanovic is down. A little bit of a block as that wide free kick came in from Stacchio. 15th cap from Ivanovic, who played every minute involved in Bosnia's playoff games. Buchanan shows the run to this one. Next there in the 5-minute Kolasinac. And it's gone off. Kolasinac last. It's a penalty corner on the first side. A third corner of the game. They've gone short from both of the previous corners. I've got a feeling this one's coming in. fight they have between Kolasinac and Buchanan at the moment. Buchanan stretching Kolasinac. Eustachio's outswinger all the way to coming in for Eustachio to get this one in, but really does well to protect the ball. They've got everybody into the middle and wins a free kick because Milojevic is too aggressive. The Kuzma and Cornelius are both forward for that, but Johnston's ball over the top of Horovic, heads it away, and picked up in the midfield by Horovic, the grinding man. He's tracked turns backwards low into the midfield, and Buchanan stepping forward there to get things going. Now it's Smalkone. One of the most vulnerable when they get these free kicks away their areas, leaving themselves a bit open at the back. Miller coming inside, along the edge of the box, Conway couldn't get there. And Amirul brings it away down the right touchline. Bosnia causing Canada some problems in transition. They really are. It's particularly when they have everyone forward for the set piece, whether it's a away free kick or a corner. Just losing a lot of the races in terms of going back the other way. Bosnia committing players forward with pace. You've got to be careful and keep an eye on that one. Make sure that they don't concede a second. You can. Johnston inside for Stefano Eustachio. Eustachio made his Canada debut in fall 2019. Here's to Boucheron. Right for Kone. In Montreal and Ismail Kone, who now plays in the top flight of Italy. Forward it goes, Mihajlovic. Kone's club teammate clears away. It's a Canada throw on the left side. Get the ball to Kone. Lovely pass there again into Daniel Machine's feet. He's going to get more and more touches. Going towards the byline and then promising moments for Canada. Keep the ball moving, Canada. They're going to keep this tempo high. Oliver Shea. Just outside of Toronto, the age of 10, now plays for Villarreal in Spain. I think when you're feeling a bit tight and you're in doubt, you can go a bit more for power rather than try to place it in the top corner. Just hit through the ball, hit the target and test. Vasil in the goal. He's trying to be too precise for that one. Shea has it stopped his last 11 for Canada since a goal and an assist in the Gold Cup opener this time last year, a 6-0 win in Vancouver against Honduras. Johnston with a looping throw towards the front post. And Lukic the goal scorer. Ryan high to left behind for another Canada corner. Suvastu with the delivery once again. The Fuchsal climbing on the end of it. And now Amar Medic is chasing forward. Richie O'Reilly getting back to the defending. And it comes back to One many people think Richie O'Reilly in that sort of situation, but again, Luke, they get out because of it. They've got runners coming forward. Canada struggling a little bit to match them in terms of that counter-attack and that break from Bosnia and Herzegovina. You think that they're going to button up a little bit there, maybe an extra player back. Got the kicks out swinging towards that penalty spot, not working either. Maybe go back for the short one. Bosnia scored in the 21st minute here. In the last 15 minutes, Canada have had 77% of the possession. Outside of the goal scored by Bosnia, Canada have had the better of the chances, but unable to convert on both occasions. Strong header from Derek Cornelius. Good header. You just keep your eye on the ball and come through and strike and win it fairly. Excellent stuff from Cornelius. Cornelius played the full game against Ireland a week ago. It's his first full 90 minutes across all countries since November the 2nd. Had an injury issue with Rangers in Scotland and then fell out of favour with their head coach Danny Rowe. And Cornelius did quiet for the rest of the season at Rangers. Ryan Reynolds amongst the celebrities in the house today. Quite an occasion in downtown Toronto. A special day all around. Absolutely. Everyone wants to be here. Maybe he's scouting direction. Maybe it's Ryan Reynolds. Miller. Back it comes here for Derek Cornelius. With the Fuchsal. Cornelius forward towards Miller, who just keeps that one in play. Bosnia closing down quickly, but that's a great ball through to Cotton, who skips the first challenge. Tracker again from Jonathan David. Lovely little sprint from Coney. Just can't connect the pass. Canada just trying to play a little bit quicker, just getting caught. That split second lead to see the gap, drive through it, play a pass through. Just a little bit ponderous on the actions. Suvastu. Johnston chasing forward. Namic going across to defend for Bosnia as it comes into the middle towards Stefan Suvastu. His 57th appearance for his country. Hooked away by Dedic. Tony gets a good foot to that one. He's been showing potential for Canada so far. He's got to get on the ball more, Luke, as much as possible, get Coney in possession. Coney down the line for Miller. Miller towards the byline, gets the cross in, but Vasil can get there. Miller gets the corner and set it. Move on. Dedic, I think it was, right full-back. Top player Dedic, Benfica man. Can go forward as well, but does never shuts his defensive responsibilities. Another corner for Canada, this time pretty certain it's coming right under the crossbar of Nikolai Vasil. Suvastu going. Jonathan David at the back post. They're calling for handball. I think it hits his arm, but I believe it's in beside his chest. There's Kolasinac here. It hits his arm. It'll be a real harsh one. It doesn't even hit his arm, does it? It almost hits his side, maybe grazes his arm, but no way will that be given a penalty kick. Suvastu in, Cornelius was climbing. Cleared away by Dedic, who actually played for Jesse Marsh. Marsh coaching Dedic, the Bosnian right back at Red Bull Salzburg. In fact, Dedic signed his first pro deal just after Jesse Marsh had arrived there at the club. He was also Derek Cornelius' teammate when he was on loan at Marseille in February of 2025. Cornelius on the ball now. This is the Fuchsal. up against Memic. Takes on Buchanan, runs towards the byline. Buchanan wins the corner on the far side. It's corner after corner here for Canada, but can they make them count? Yeah, good play from Buchanan, gets himself 1v1 with Memic. Drives at him, there's an earlier chance to put it in, but tries to go again. In fairness to Omar Memic, he does really well to get back. Stakio's ball in, Cornelius answering off the head, drops towards Liam Miller. Headed away only as far as Ismail Kone. Another deflection, another corner. And this is number 8 for Canada in the first 49 minutes. Incredible, it's a lot of corners in the first half. Stakio taking every single one of them. Less effective from this far side where it's an outswinger, but Cornelius and the Fujiro up from the back again alongside Tanio Roger. Shot this time from Stakio. Thought to Buchanan, back for Stefano Stakio. Here's Ismail Kone. Kone rolls it through. He's looking for Jonathan David. The Fujiro flips on. Mihajlovic away. Off the head of Liam Miller, and now Richie Larea with the high ball hoisted forward towards Jonathan David. I wonder if the flag might have gone up anyway. It's tight, he might have been on, keeping an eye on it. It was just an up and under from Richie Larea, but David right onto it. It's so difficult. He does get his foot on it, but coming over the shoulder like that from such a height, really hard task to bring it down and get a shot away. Strong header from Katic at the back. He plays in Germany with Schalke. A Fusher all across. Karavic with the ball back for Dedic. Karavic once again. Stakio first there. The Fusher all turns. Canada playing their way out of trouble here from deep inside their own half. Inside the final 5 minutes plus stoppage time at the end of the first 45 in Toronto. No doubt the Fusher. 3-5 surely, yeah. One of his strengths is that the dribble pass pressure. He's confident enough to trust in his own ability. Played a lot of youth and reserve games at full-back, left and right, so off either side he feels good. Canada got a lot of momentum at the moment. Since that hydration break, they've had loads of possession. And Dzeko warming up, so suggestions that maybe it's okay to play some minutes in this game. Jesse Marsh said at the press conference yesterday here in the stadium that Alphonso Davies is the only player not available for Canada today. Everybody else is healthy enough to play some minutes. Which is a huge turnaround given the issues that Canada had with injuries heading into this tournament. Johnston finds Eustachio. Mihajlovic forward. Memic putting the pressure on Alistair Johnston, who is fouled. Canada have not lost in this stadium. Which is in the yellow header from the Dutch kicks the ball over there. November 2023, 3-2 loss against Jamaica. Before that, September 2010, loss against Peru. Maybe 2010, it's 10,000 in attendance. Times have changed, down by the lake shore, Wales go forward. Karavic wins it back the other way, as we see. He's done so well defensively. Throw down the left side. That's it, wanting in the air, 18 cap on the top of Collins' head. Cornelius is there. Backwards, although Shea fighting to try and get onto it. Jesse Marsh wanted to try and use the pace of Tanio Rocher to get in behind the back of Bosnia. Hasn't worked on a lot of occasions today. Shot down, that one chance that Rocher had. It's Johnston drops back and goes out of play. Wonderful defending from Johnston. It's not easy against Memic and Susha. Lost it, run and takes fullbacks. Johnston's going to be careful on that yellow. Again, the other nice little burst down, but releases things through the middle of the out to the left-hand side, where Memic is consistently going to be by Amirul. We talked about Dhaka Today and his influence. 21-year-old scored the winning penalty against Italy, had 1 goal in 7 appearances in Bosnia. Fouled out, Sumorovic went in, and Derek Cornelius. There was a great video after Bayrak Talovic had scored that goal, the penalty against Italy. Let's see, there's a catch on the ball, but I think it's a pretty harsh yellow through the Cornelius cuts at the meter, which is late. First yellow again for Bosnia. Sumorovic follows Alistair Johnston and found it into the referee's book. There was video of Bayrak Talovic scoring a penalty when he was 6 or 7 years old in the backyard. That got to the Wisconsin, with his Bosnia jersey on. And then he goes and does it on the biggest stage to take his team to a World Cup. Dreams coming true for many players out there today. Johnston's going forward. Good step from Milinovic and the pass. There's that piece of Milinovic to get the first. Bosnia going towards the old way. Their main group of supporters is up to the upper tier of South End of the stadium. Takes on Buchanan coming inside. And that's going to have the ball like the throw.
Yeah, Buchanan, I think he touched you and saved. Recognition from Bosnia. He likes to just shift his right, trying to get out, run the outside. Can just slow down the defender and change the pace. You see there the tackle from Tahinovic. Fortunately for Bosnia, crashes off the post.
Johnston heads it back in. And we're showing fighting for a
Starts one to we'll see who the third one is on the way. Blocked out from yet another corner kick. Coming on attack in the first half for Jesse Marshall. The Spaniards delivering the from Korea and Eustachio, followed by Nikola Katic. The whistle goes for the referee, and Jorge Lukic has the only goal of the game so far. His first international goal. He's still getting Belarus and Bosnia are leading after 45 minutes. Chances for Canada, but the midway mark down by the whistle. That will tell 1-0.
And also,
take the pitch with FanDuel's new footy features. Bet all 120 minutes and get early payouts when your team goes up too. Live betting lets you set up an every strike. And with FanDuel's new Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. At FanDuel, every score means more. North America's #1 sports booking casino. FanDuel, play your game.
There's dreaming about it, and then there's experiencing it with Amex Platinum. The trip you imagined becomes unimaginably real. You're seated at the highest table in town. And just like that, you've scored access to pre-sale tickets and seen every word. For a life like no other, you need a card like no other. There's nothing like Amex.
Guys, I hate to break it to you, but we don't have enough legs for the game.
Let's go to the store then.
We cannot go in there. It's too packed. Hi, how you doing? We're having an awesome viewing party, and if you have legs, you can come with us. Oh, yeah. Very nice, okay. Yeah! Awesome. Open the door.
In Canada, Architect stars don't simply show up on the world stage. They are built from the ground up, right here in the heart of our communities. From the childhood dream to the national team. We are Canada, driven by Volkswagen.
Where is it? 10 seconds before the whistle, and you think this is a good time to put the Suvastu. Really, Terry? Come on. The guy's back in the game. Just get rid of the liberty down there. What are you doing?
We need to be probably empty. Who could cook a time like this? With hundreds of days under the roads.
Jovan Lukic, 27-year-old Serbian-born striker, who did not appear in a single World Cup qualifier, and here he is scoring in the World Cup and scoring the first ever World Cup goal in Canada to the Bosnia in 1-0 lead of a half, not to the light. A set thousands in those 2 sections here in Toronto Stadium. The numbers, as the guys mentioned, Canada dominating in possession, which is not necessarily what they always want, and in shots and corners particularly. 10 corners for Canada, and they get very little out of them. 1 corner for Bosnia, and it's the 1 goal in the game so far. Playing Canada, James Duffy alongside the 2 Canadian captains, Atiba Hutchinson, Julian de Guzman, and Kevin Kilbane. So a lot of positives in the last 20 minutes. Let's face it, that was a nightmare scenario for Canada to give up the first goal earlier. And there's so much focus on Evan Jekyll when he play or not, and it ends up being the guy who replaces him who gets the goal. Where were the mistakes made on that corner?
Well, first of all, you probably look at him, you see he's stuck in a Stackyos position at the near post. I think he's got to engage James. He's got to be almost backing into Kolas and actually got the free on it. And that was how he class in that stretch where the match the ball gets caught out, and then it's just in front of reaching the player. So a number of errors, I think, Julian, I just think he's got to get hold of him there, step in a statue, happy to prevent him jumping.
Absolutely, you can see he's stepping out of his position, expecting a short corner, but once that short corner is played, then you step up the position. You have to wait in the most dangerous part of the field, and that's where it was in the near post. Stackers need to make a sandwich this recent season. You cannot give away a simple play like that from the movement, and that's what it comes down to in these situations.
Matter of details, it's 2 steps and you're in the wrong position. It's so dangerous to be in that near post and not get the first header on that, and you're in big trouble when you don't get that first header.
That's the ball as well. I feel as though he just put it. Yeah, I believe he should be staying in the middle of the position there. I've been told off yesterday by Mila Boyan for describing the goalkeepers, but I think he should be staying in that position, James.
All Jesse Marks talked about crosses, set pieces, and they've worked on it countlessly over the last couple of weeks, but that's what gets them. The other problem for Canada is a problem that has plagued them much of the last year. They only have 7 goals in 8 games, been shut out the last 4 times. A lot of creating chances and just no finish.
Well, listen, we've arrived our eyes on Jonathan David, and this is a moment where we knew it was going to happen. He finds these second balls. He's been great at those second balls, and those are the moments where he can step up and, okay, it's this weak foot, but if you use it across your body, you're going into a position where the keeper will have no chance, and it teaches. This is more, for me, a psychological problem. He has to be mentally prepared for those moments, and that's a moment that he has, and that's probably the only chance of getting the game.
Yeah, and it's, again, right foot, left foot, we've seen him put that ball in the back of the net over and over, and it's that sharpness that he's missing right now. Another one here from Tanya, I think. We've seen this a lot from Tanya. He's got to hit the target here.
You wanted to ask him before the game, didn't you, James, about Tanya's finishing, and it's wasteful. That from Jonathan David should be in the back of the net, and that's where we are, yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, after that chance is missed, then we can see the goal.
So we look forward to the second 45, which is obviously critical. We've said before this tournament, this is the biggest match of this group. You're going to need likely 4 points to get through. 3 maybe, but it starts to get a little bit dicey there. So they need a result of some sort. What has to change, or perhaps who?
I would probably prefer a little bit of physicality to come on. We're all looking to promise David as being this next sub out there, and I think he provides something absolutely in the penalty box. Canada have been dangerous at times, they've caused problems. I think there is weaknesses with Bosnia's backline, and I think Canada needs, I would feel as well, when they get into wide positions, Julian, cross a little bit quicker into the box.
Yeah, it's got to be a bit more direct. Tejan has gotten himself in some really good positions, though. But he takes the extra touch for no reason. Once you beat your man, team, and you've gotten that extra yard, that ball's got to go, in between the backline and the keeper. It can be either one goal or can land on one of the strikers.
Yeah, whip it in when they least expect it. Because if you continue to get to the byline, then they're getting back into position. So you get around the corner and they just whip it in, and the runners are going to be there. Will it be Promise David? Will it be Kyle Laring? Jesse talked about liking the idea of Kyle Laring at halfback. Do we see both of them perhaps?
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a change at half time, because Jesse Marks needs to shake this up a little bit. He needs to get a reaction in the first 10 or 15 minutes, and hope for it that will be the case. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Kyle Laring come on at half time.
All right, electric crowd here in Toronto, but disappointment really, except for the 2 blue sections at the back, as Bosnia gets the lone goal of the first half of the first ever World Cup game in Toronto, and the celebrations for the Bosnian fans. Let's see if Canada can get some of that back in the second.
Going back home for the games?
Hey!
Okay.
Across the box, please.
All night, Broncos stand for the river.
Everything's a tap.
We are deep into stoppage time. Oh, they must be careful here. They are checking it. It's going to be in the hands of the VAR. If you're looking for the future of football, it's going to be
alguien cerca de mí. Pero pronto lo vas a saber.
That's cute. I'm gonna be so big. I won't even be able to walk down the street.
The future is already here. Next starts now. Beating Canada for 240 years, you get around in plastic cups, fancy cups, teacups, and silver cups. On top of it all, glassware, to footwear, to everywhere in between. Because it doesn't matter what it's in, it matters where it's from. Molson at one.
Back in Toronto tonight, the third and final host of this World Cup Open tournament as the Americans take on Paraguay in Los Angeles. They're 5-2-2 all-time against Paraguay. They played them recently, beat them 2-1 in a friendly back in November, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific on the TSN. The last time Canada came from behind the win was November of 2022, right before the World Cup, and they did it against Japan. Of course, came from 2-0 down to draw with Iceland in that friendly a few months back. But down here, that was just his reaction to the Jonathan David mix, the emotions of a World Cup, a mix of 45 minutes ahead for Marsh in Canada.
Yeah, I can't share screen right now. I'm clicking it and everything. Thank you, Dennis. Sorry, am I muted? Listen. Perfect.
To the biggest team on the planet. Football, he likes football.
Welcome back inside Toronto Stadium with Ron alongside Stephen Caldwell as the teams make their way back out here with Canada trailing by 1-0. Jorgen Lukic scored his first international goal in the 21st minute of this one. But Canada dominated, they had their opportunities. The best two chances falling to Jonathan David and Tammy O'Shea. So is it moment of sign for Jesse Marshall's player, or are they going to try something different last year? I'm not sure they'll try something different, but I think they're going to up the pace a little bit and be a bit more intentional in what they're trying to do. Take it different times, but overall, I don't think bad for Canada. I think Jesse Marshall will be pretty positive in that dressing room at half-time and some of the ones that help his players. Very disappointed going to from them, but ultimately, they're absolutely in this game. And the next chance of balls away from the ball. They have to put it in the back of the net. They have to make it go. And if they can get that next goal, then it's game on and they're going to win this.
For the fifth time in the 7 World Cup matches that Canada have been losing at half-time, they're yet to come back in any game to their opponents. Canada has turned things around here as well. They're to their first World Cup win, their first World Cup win. Will they be that first home World Cup goal? And that's in the contest inside the opening moments.
Ivanovic was quiet, hasn't he? He's not really been in the game. We'll mention Jovo Lukic really more than he's really seen the strike pattern in the Stuttgart man. Can't afford to give him any space and time in the back, so he was absolutely deadly. Here's his chance again. It's a process. It's a target. It's comfortable one for Max Krippel to make the save.
Jovo Lukic stood the goal. He won more aerial duels than any other player on the pitch in the first half. He's certainly taken his opportunity after coming in for the injured Edin Dzeko. Dzeko unable to start the game, but is available on the bench. The 40-year-old veteran, many years at the very top of the European game.
An absolute terrific first half from Lukic. He really got that goal, but overall I thought he was excellent. What he playing was top capture. No experience at this level, but given his opportunity, he's absolutely taken it.
That's a free back to that one. Chases the upland cyclist. He crosses. They look at it, put it out of play.
They're all committed, these defenders. They'll go slide, they'll commit to things. They just can be a little bit quick and a little bit too.
Well, Shea to the line. Antics doing the defending.
Thank you, you did something.
Excellent. Kantic, they got out.
Long throw into the box, on the way towards the back post line. He will go chasing the chip right out of there as well. He turns under pressure from the pitch. And this is different Gio. Olche. Got 2 assists in the final. And a penultimate friendly. Against his best standard, He can only lead this one for Alistair Johnston.
Good throw again from Johnson.
Buchanan still trying into the box. Right now, Bosnia eating most of what is coming at them. His first World Cup, his first international start in Copa America in the third place game. This ball played through towards
game this afternoon. Stadium in this second half, the late short end of the stadium. Cornelius with the ball back forward, looked down by Jonathan David. This is a young man outside on the left side up against Barak Tarovic. Now to Stanky. Everyone back behind the ball defending for Bosnia and wants to go in here. Cornelius with a cross into the box, and that's it, is able to play. No challenge really. Cornelius so close to him from Cornelius. I don't mind the fact that he wrapped his feet around and tried to put peace in the cross, but not like this or a chance. That's a close up for last in the match. 32-year-old defender. He's done well all over. He's got a lot of battles against Dejan Buchanan so far. He's again the German born left back who plays for Atalanta. Second most caps on the squad. In fact, he's a bit for Bosnia. Each of the last 14 calendar years, Sebastian actions making his debut in November 2014 against Argentina. Had those years where he was successful with Arsenal. Won the FA Cup with them in 1920 season. Came on in the final, winning against Chelsea. Muranovic, back it goes for Vasil. Katic. Next up in Canada, they head to Vancouver for the final two group games. They'll play against Qatar and then Switzerland. Those two teams will meet in their Group B opener tomorrow afternoon. And the seventh overall all-time World Cup game. Right down the left side. Up against Dutch. They will still back for corner. Which gives the last snatch a chance to just inadvertently smack it off the crossbar. He doesn't know what he's doing, but fortunately for him, the Bosnia and Herzegovina crashing square off the bar and out to safety. Really unlucky for Canada. The red wave continuing to grow down here in Toronto. But here's danger. Demirovic has played. Ball forward, there's a crossover between Defusion and Cornelius. Defusion follows it on with Lukic, Demirovic. Again, just thinking too much. He's going to just slide it past Kripov, who's trying to take it around him. Goalkeeper gets a touch in it, puts it out for a corner. Larena's chance. Unbelievable that doesn't find the back of the net. Fortunate for Bosnia, but sticks with it all the way. Bosnia's second corner, and Kripov couldn't quite get there, but Canada gets away with it here, and Canada have the numbers up. Jonathan David through the middle. The justice himself goes all the way back towards Vasil. It's an open game at the moment.
And that will suit Canada. Jesse Marsh telling me this morning when we chatted that he thinks they can catch Bosnia in transition. Miller looks towards the back post. That's a disappointing ball again, isn't it? From Miller. The industry is there. And unquestionable from Miller, but at times he's just a little erratic with his deliveries and his decisions. Jesse Marsh may be pondering some changes. Promised David, we've already seen as he has made a miraculous comeback from injury. Would be a player who can come on in this sort of situation with the game wide open. Has already shown us with the goal that he scored in Edmonton that got cancelled out for offside. He is straight back into his form. Jonathan David down the right. Too slow from David again. He's got to be quicker onto that to get it in the middle. Again, I've created the defending from Katic, but that is a chance to put the ball in the back of the net. There's no doubt about it. Johnston with a quick thinking, yeah, again with a throw in. Canada caught out Bosnia 3 or 4 times with that quick throw in the right from Amirul Johnson. David just a little off it, isn't he? His pace is just a little slow at times. Can he just find that extra gear that we know he's got in him? The throw goes the other way. And Kolasinac specifically were taking too long to take that. Already maybe looking to waste a few moments here, and we're only 11 minutes into the second half, but Richie Larrea's effort cleared off the bar by Kolasinac, who's a former central defender. I mean, you couldn't do that if you tried, could you? No. Was he trying to do anything there? He's just getting someone on it. He's a yard out from the goal line. He's just trying to get. But 9 times out of 10, that's an own goal. Oh, of course, it's an own goal. It's in the back of it. It's so fortunate, but he stays with the play. He doesn't get up. He doesn't get caught ball watching. Even as it goes past his goalkeeper, who got the slicks, the touches, which ironically gave him the chance to make that. Fortunate clearance. So it's just really unlucky for Canada. Football is lovely. Coney again was on the ball in that move a couple of times with key passes. Promise David is getting set to come in here just before the hour. An incredible story for a player from Brampton, Ontario, who plays for the Saint-Germain in Belgium. He went off injured with a hip injury in February. All his World Cup dreams are over. Kolasinac with a high ball forward. Maxi Greco comes a long way to get there. That come out for a corner. Alice, the decision wasn't it? Should have caught it. It's clear. Move away he likes to try and punch it. And doesn't get connection he wanted. As we saw in the first half, a real threat. Bosnia half as these corner kicks. Basic again out to take this. You know where it's going. Third corner of the game, they score from their first into opposite box and headed over by Mihajlovic. Promise David will be the first change. James Shackelberg and Ahmed also going through intense warm-ups as well. 2 players that have fought back from injury. Weren't involved in the 2 games before the World Cup. Buchanan was battling well for that there. So 3 shots coming here from Jesse Marsh, Shafo Bogami and Promise David. Shackelberg, such a key figure in Copa America. Really rose to prominence and relied upon by Jesse Marsh, especially after Tejan Buchanan's injury. This is kind of picked up by Jonathan David. Now it's in small corner with space to go forward. Kona. Miller. Didn't get away down that far side. It's out of play for a throw. Running through Richard at the end, same movement as a decoy run. It's to try and open up space for Miller to be able to play into Suvastu into forward. Who's that? Decision there. Goes offside, can't overshoot. With a change coming for Bosnia as well. They're going to bring in Amirul and also Samir Bazda. Bazda, a striker. Maybe a straight swap up top for Lukic, we'll see. He's only scored one international goal in 13 games. Lukic born in Sweden. So Jesse Marsh will bring on Shackelberg, Ahmed and Thomas David. Over Sherlock, so with Miller as well. And take out the penny. Late for late, isn't it? Yep, and Jesse Marsh. Used to seeing Ali Ahmed on that left hand side, he's going to put it on the right. We'll get the jump and take it right to the show. And Miller, the players leading the game. Decision to take David out, another degree afternoon, no doubt. He's been off it, but he is the main man up top. He has been for a number of years for Canada, so it's a big call from Jesse Marsh to put in Promise David alongside Oliver Shea. In fairness, in the second half especially, is way more joy against the Bosnian defence. 3 goals and 10 caps for Promise David, who scored a goal on his debut a year ago in this stadium, a 4-2 win against Ukraine. Between Maria and Tarovic. So that came the days, there's been a lot of 1v1 battles out there where it was area on the ground. It's been a really tight, intense game throughout with not a lot of chances. Canada have had a couple, could take them. Very little from Bosnia, but that one quality corner from the centre Mati Basic led to that goal from Lukic is also off. Gets the free kick here. Promise David straight into the action. And he's just pulling back from Dejevic. And also Gigovic substitute. He's on his face, there's nothing in that. Promise David's just trying to run a battle, he's going to keep his arms down. David got injured in February. Jesse Marsh called him and said, I will give you until the very last minute to get ready for this World Cup. He is the sort of player, while limited on international experience, who has been scoring goal after goal at club level, and is different to anything else that this Canada squad has. Taking quickly from the front. Only have a full of Vancouver Whitecaps between the two of them managed to really stop the shot from underneath the corner behind it. Ahmed has also injected some pace down this right side as it's coming on as running in the fitness, but I think a little bit different to becoming one more inside and combining connecting areas again, just coming in off the fly. Different challenge for Bosnia. One goal from 4 assists. He's now 25 caps for Canada for 25-year-old Ali Ahmed. Our Toronto, in his debut in the 2023 Gold Cup, had a goal and an assist in the 3-0 win in Romania last September.
Canada have the momentum here as we head towards what will be the second half hydration break. For the 8th time, Canada have played its European opposition under Jesse Marsh. They won 3, lost 1 and drawn 2. The only defeat was against the Netherlands 4-0 in Marsh's first game in charge in June of 2024. Their last win against European opposition was 1-0 in Wales in September. A conjuring free kick from Derek Cornelius that day. Here comes the hydration break with a little over 20 minutes remaining in Canada trailing. We'll be right back.
Take the pitch with FanDuel's new Footy Futures. Bet all 120 minutes and get early payouts when your team goes up 2. Live betting lets you celebrate every strike. And with FanDuel's new Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. At FanDuel, every score means more. North America's #1 sportsbook and casino. FanDuel, play your game.
We've removed the full HST on new homes and cut municipal fees, saving you up to $200,000 on a new home. It's just one way we're taking action today to make homes more affordable tomorrow. Like building homes faster by cutting red tape and partnering with municipalities to build more homes. Because by making housing more affordable today, we can get more families in more homes tomorrow.
Get 3 months of TSN for $59.99. Offer ends July 20th. Subscribe now.
Any of us coming?
Yes, 1,000 hours a week.
My enemies belong to muster their strength.
Some big moments ahead as Jesse Marsh and his coaching staff discuss next steps. His changes have had an impact here. Canada have gone close on a number of occasions, but so far denied by the bar, denied by goal line clearances, and in the first half a couple of poor decisions or poor finishes, and Canada find themselves trailing here 20 minutes or so from time, stoppage time remaining in the first game played on Canadian soil in the World Cup. Are they going to find a way back here, Stevie? Yes, they are going to find a way back. We're going to get other chances in this game, and someone's going to be a hero this afternoon to bring Canada back in this game. The only pretty good World Cup for Bosnia. They lost against Argentina in their first ever World Cup game. They lost against Nigeria and they won 3-1 against Iran. Nigeria again, the only World Cup match they failed to score in. And they got the goal 20 minutes in today through Jovan Lukic, his first international goal. He's since left the game. Risky from Diffusion there. And this is the problem now with Canada having to push forward. There will be opportunities here for Bosnia going in the opposite direction. I think Ahmed runs into trouble there as Tahirovic picks it up. Connie just still getting back to his feet on halfway. Sent along by Memic. One in the air by Larea. This is Jacob Schaffelberg. Not on the same page there as Richie Larea. Just go forward, Schaffelberg. He's got some space in front of him. Jacob Schaffelberg. Connie not too happy with that decision from referee Facundo Teo. It's a chance for Bosnia just to break up the game. What an angle this is of that far. Placement, you can see it here. It just goes over. Does the substitute? Was that? There's a picture of him. Alphonso Davies, I'm sure, really frustrated watching on from the sidelines, wishing he could impact this game. Ivan Sunic getting set to come in. The defensive midfielder who plays in Cyprus with Paphos. All appearances, all starts in qualifying. Also going to bring in Karim Alibegovic, just 18 years old, German-born, plays for Red Bull Salzburg, but heading back to Bayer Leverkusen after this World Cup. And he'll replace Barak Tarovic. Yeah, terrific Barak Tarovic this afternoon, with a lot of great things, as did Memic. Different styles between these two wide men for Bosnia, but both very effective. More of a 4-5-1 now from Bosnia. With Bazda, the substitute, who came on as a forward now, out on the right-hand side. And Ali Begovic, the exciting young talent on this left-hand side. Sunic are just sitting in the middle of the park in the deep line midfield position. Jesse Marsh getting Kyle Laren ready to come in. Schaffelberg here wanted a foul, but it's pretty close to the touchline. Dedic did win the ball, but I don't know if he caught him as much as Schaffelberg made out there. Johnston forward. Corey couldn't bring it under control in the midfield. Cornelius with the challenge. Schaffelberg couldn't get there as Dedic plays it high forward. Diffusion always in the air. Schaffelberg. Begovic chasing back to the far side and winning this one back as Dedic comes forward towards halfway for Bosnia. They'll go back towards Muharemovic. Just a 15th cap, 23-year-old defender. Huge talent. Playing in the top flight of Italy. Kolasinac down the left side. Alibegovic. Back to Muharemovic as Bosnia look to try and keep Canada at bay. Katic finds Dedic. Begovic forward down that right side. Good tackle from Cornelius.
players read it well, the direction they wanted to go. Decent little spell this from Bosnia, though, trying to just take the sting out of the game.
Well, Kyle Larin started both of the pre-tournament friendlies, but found himself out of the team today, with Tani Oluwaseyi preferred up top. And now Larin will replace Oluwaseyi with under 15 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Kyle Larin has scored 7 goals for Canada in this stadium. His last goal here against Panama last fall in a friendly, in a 2-1 win. His first goal here, a 4-0 win in the World Cup qualifier against Dominica in 2015.
Awkward fall there for Alistair Johnson as he wins that header. Comes down. On his back, I think, but he's up, he's okay. Larin would have been bitterly disappointed when he heard the news he wasn't started. He's going to use all that frustration now to get his country back in this game, to win the first point of the World Cup. And that's been through. Larin was chasing. He's made an impact on many occasions this season, coming in off the bench for Southampton, who were fighting for promotion to the Premiership this year. He was on loan from Mallorca in Spain, and the 31-year-old from Brampton has now made that move to Southampton permanent. He's the country's second all-time leading scorer, 30 goals in what is now 91 appearances, which takes him clear for second all-time. He was tied with Jonathan Osorio, who's on the bench today, the birthday boy Osorio. They're chasing down Atiba Hutchinson's 104 caps. Number 91 for Larin today. I think interesting that he shared a lot of minutes at Southampton with Scottish international Ross Stewart, where the starts would come intermittently almost. So he is used to coming off the bench. He does know how to have an impact from the bench. And Jesse Marsh will be hoping that he can use the freshness in Larin's legs, and if the chance comes his way with his composure, he'll put it in the back of the net.
Bosnia very deep at the moment as Cornelius plays it across to the left side. Kone driving forward. Play through towards Kone.
Inside the building is incredible. Using
line. Into the back of it, goalkeeper no chance. That was his first involvement in the game. We're only giving him a big ball, I didn't really hope that we'd use the frustration of not starting to be the hero. Boy, did he deliver. The first touch after that, and the second touch off the boot into the back corner. So he can progress and Bosnia now put back at 1-1. We needed this all, we needed this moment at this stadium. Singing in unison now.
not only similar to last night's game, the later game between the Republic and Czechia. He's going to be a long through into the box. I mean, I don't know if a scorer will get for the likes of Vegas. This is a close-up. We'll certainly set the lead and three solid hustling with the goal. Johnston's leaping throw. Amirul back at it. Suvastu. Does well. Managed to head it a good distance forward, and now he's been long ball forward, which is right, trying to get back here. Delirovic looking to create, goes backwards all the way to Delic. And ready to get the baddies back as it comes to Suvic.
Can't believe how many headers that Bosnia have won defensively. No, actually all over the field. They've just won so many aerial duels. Of course it's their strength, but it's been so impressive. Promise David. I talked again about how I've seen this programme develop over 20 years. The first time Canada played here in September of 2007. The first time covering this team, the growth of this team, the growth of this game, leading to this moment now, as over 40,000 to try and win this side to a winning goal. Ahmed, Suvastu, lucky from Ahmed, go play and go forward, running behind, things can happen. Fouled, a free kick coming. This will be the first draw of the tournament so far. How many minutes do we think are coming up here? As Sergei Barbares takes a lot of moment to rest his legs. He's back up now because the tension is so high. This game is on the knife edge. Sixth consecutive draw for Bosnia, 5 of them 1-1. The Fujra header had to make it. Suvastu was fouled, and so was Ahmed. Suvastu has been magnificent in the last 30 minutes. He has roamed around the entire field. He's given himself going. He's just forcefully grabbed this game, not through so many moments of quality, just through endeavour and getting on the ball and inspiring his team. As the captain today to get back into this game. He's going to take this free kick. What a performance, what a leader's performance from Suvastu. Playing it. We're going to see how much time is added on here. 6 minutes. And Jonathan Osorio getting set to come on in stoppage time here. I think 6 minutes is pretty fair. Maybe could have been a little bit more considering the hydration break. I mean, neither side really sitting back here just kind of accepting this. They both feel like they can get a winner. Challenge going off past down, I would play for this ball here, and Jonathan Osorio coming in, some fresh legs in midfield. It will be interesting to see who comes out here from Jesse Marsh's side. I think it's Suvastu. Yeah, it is, yeah. Seems like it's going to be Suvastu.
Stefan Suvastu handing the captain's armband off to Alistair Johnston here.
What a second half from Suvastu.
We'll just take a moment to appreciate what this means for Jonathan Osorio. To enter as his captain on his 34th birthday in a stadium where he has played for many years for both club and country, comes on for the final 6 minutes of stoppage time here. Hello Begovic. Just to stop him making the channel run. You know that feeling. I've done it a few times as a centre back. You don't want to run back 40 yards, and as David tries to run into the channel, he just smashes into him. So 4 minutes of stoppage time remaining, but probably another 2 minutes beyond that still to be played here. Gigovic standing over the free kick. Amar Dedic with a high ball out wide to the right side. Promised David didn't play particularly well. That goes to Kuzero. Now it's Kyle Lauren, who also plays a big role defensively as well. That's expected that was coming in from tactics. It's had a good match. Both the same. He's been totally committed to the defensive display, and it's actually a really good thought to give away from Bosnia and Herzegovina's perspective. Kyle Lauren does the work to dribble out the pressure, and Canada are away on counter-attack. It would be an 8th successive game unbeaten in this stadium. It would be only 2 defeats and 34 all-time here in Toronto Stadium for Canada. The place they know well. A second half comeback. And minutes away from a first World Cup point. Kone. And they won that tackle with here. And Cody don't take any chances over. It's a little bit at the end of this game for Canada.
second half, he just absolutely went for it, totally deserved the equalising goal from the substitute Amirul. From the goal he conceded on the disallowed, but to get that first goal, and to not lose the first game here to Toronto is so significant. Next up is Dhaka Today, and then the group will close against Suvastu. But this will be really in the context of the group. They want to finish in the top two, but they put the front to lose it. It's quite like that. The group performance is that good second quarter. I actually thought that would have been a danger match in the waters of this. That goal from Lukic. I think tapped it up a little bit. Bosnia defended well, but they didn't prevent too much going forward a little bit. Actually, I would say the things that happened in the corner just get pressing and pressing. It's up the football at times. Was wonderful from me on the left-hand side of what they were. The substitutions from Jesse Marsh were at the right time. They gave them some fresh pace and some impetus in the wider areas. And they were key substitution of two, I would say, for Brom Stevie with the assist to Larry's goal. Tremendous stuff.
Excuse me, mate. Are you going to be coaching somebody else?